All right, before we get started, everyone make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about Lakers Nuggets. That was a solid win for the Los Angeles Lakers, going against the Denver Nuggets team that honestly feels like, that Undertaker gif where he rises out of the coffin and he comes back. It just seems like at all time you're worried about the Denver Nuggets coming back and doing things at the end of the game that are going to break your heart when you're playing them. The Nuggets have done it 2 series in a row against the Utah Jazz and against the LA Clippers, and there are times where you just wonder if they're just waiting to do it again against the Lakers. Tonight, the Lakers, though, at the end of the game, are able to hold off the Denver Nuggets. Tonight, Jokic got into foul trouble, and it really affected things. It really shows you that, as incredible as Jamal Murray is and has been in the bubble, he's been unbelievable. Nikola Jokic is just as important because he is that two-man duo of Jokic and Murray is the thing that makes everything run for Denver. When they have that going, you have Jamal Murray doing and going off that pick from Jokic and going to the hoop, and then he can either go to the rim, pull up from mid-range, and if he's defended well, he can throw it back to Jokic, who almost always has a spot up three that he can take. And because Jokic has that crazy release that looks like a catapult from the medieval ages attacking a city and pillaging the civilians, it goes in all the time, And so it's just when Jokic is not on the floor, it's just not quite the same. Murray made some just insane shots tonight, like that one left-handed shot, the other layup that everyone's talking about where the up and under Jordan-esque. It was unbelievable. He's been just incredible this bubble. And the Lakers were able to hold him off. Lakers fans, collective sigh of relief as Anthony Davis was still able to play in that game after that turned ankle. It looked kind of bad. It kind of reminded me of the Giannis turned ankle where it was kind of like the top of the foot going sideways. So hopefully for Lakers fans, Anthony Davis is okay, and that's just a light sprain. He was hobbling a little bit, and you wonder, he was able to play because in the moment with those ankles, you're able to kind of play, and luckily it was near the end of the game, and that adrenaline can kind of power you through. But we'll see what happens if, does it swell up overnight? Is it not too bad? It'll be interesting to see what happens. But Anthony Davis is just a monster, and when he's at 100%, he is just a force to be reckoned with. He is the big reason that they are winning these games. LeBron James is the second best or greatest, whatever you guys want to say, either one or two in the greatest of all time conversation. He's looking a little slow to me, looking a little old, honestly, because a lot of times he's just not able to blow by people and score at the rim, and it's kind of interesting to see. I don't know if he's getting worn down, if he's tired, if he's dealing with some sort of nagging. He did get hit in the thigh a couple times and a knee, and so maybe that was what was slowing him down. But he just looked like he wasn't really able to blow by his guy by the end of the game. And that, now that I think about it, it's probably more, he got that knee to the thigh, and if anyone's ever had a thigh bruise, that hurts like crazy. And so for him to play through that just shows how superhuman he is. But when LeBron is able to blow by to the rim, there's not a ton that Denver is able to do. And so if I'm the Lakers, that's what I want more of. And so hopefully, it's like a day of rest in between. And that's the nice thing about the bubble is they can go and get immediate treatment and get better. And if you're a Lakers fan, that's what you want, is hopefully that LeBron and AD can heal up, because that duo is an incredible tandem. We talked about this before this season even started. Like, playing against the Lakers in the playoffs, a lot of these surrounding guys, like Danny Green, again, just garbage. Just can't seem to be an effective player in any way. And they're paying him $30 million for 2 years, I believe. That's bad. But, you've got Contavious Caldwell-Pope, who's hitting shots at a high level, three-pointers. His shooting has been huge for them. And you've got Caruso, who I've actually come around to a lot in this series. Just he's a good defender. And so you have him for defense, but his offense leaves a little bit lacking. But he does move the ball nicely, and you can see how he can help the offense because he does seem to make the right plays, get the ball to the best players in the best situation. But outside of playoff Rondo, we got to give credit to playoff Rondo. He hit a big three, hit a couple shots. He makes the right play. He got that big offensive rebound at the end of the game. He just makes game-winning plays. But outside of those guys, there's not a lot. Markieff Morris is not great. And, but you've got a tandem of LeBron and Davis that is so good that they can overcome that and beat anyone. And that's what we, getting back to what I was saying, before the season started, we said that, I said, who's we? It's this is my channel. Said that it's going to be tough to beat LeBron and Anthony Davis. That's just a duo that's going to play a lot of minutes in the playoffs, and it's just hard to knock out a duo that's that good. Shaq and Kobe-esque, because it's two of the most dominant players in the league, if not the most dominant players. And, they're surrounded by a lot of role players that, the best the Lakers could do with how much money's going to those two. But it's hard to beat. And so if you're a Lakers fan, you got to be happy. Are you happy, Lakers fans? You should be. It's 3-1. But now are you scared? Because the last two times Denver was down 3-1, they found a way to come back. Maybe the Lakers can do the impossible, something that's no one else has been able to do, and knock out the Denver Nuggets when you're up 3-1. I'm not going to start crying as a Jazz fan about it, all right? I'm not. But maybe the Lakers can do the impossible and be up 3-1 and actually win the series. Maybe that's something they can do. Guys, that's all I got to say. Like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see what happens next game. I will talk to you next time.